Most of us in our lives are on a journey to lose weight, be fit. And lately, many of us have been turning to certain medications like Ozempic, and there's some good and some bad with that. We're going to look at that today through the eyes of somebody that helps people get healthy. She has been coaching people for many, many, many years, tried and true methods to losing weight and being fit and healthy. And she just published an amazing book, Unraveling Weight Loss. Lots to talk about today. Marianne Wietbrock is joining us once again here on the program. How are you today?
Hi, Steve. Actually, I am actually working on my plan. I'm working on my 5 steps, which can be listed in the Unraveling Weight Loss book. Now, this book is based on research, and you're like, well, I don't want to read a research book. Well, it's easy reading, and I had some other books that were formatted like that, and I really liked it. So that the people that want to dig in further can look at the research chapter in the back. The rest of us can read the book and get what we need out of it and move on and create our lifestyle that works for you, because your lifestyle is different than mine. And so I need to do one that works for me. And so then I'm working it every day.
5 steps, 5 steps to getting the body, the mind, everything where you want to be, losing weight. It's that simple, isn't it?
Well, the 5 steps are doable. To call it simple, we could define it as more of a journey, because it's not a diet. We need to get away from the I need to be on a diet all of my life. I need to
Mm.
go to Weight Watchers all of my life. I need to count points. I need to be on the scale. I need to not ever eat another carb in my life. And I can't ever eat the birthday cake. And so these are all misconceptions. And the book helps you iron that out. So the Unraveling Weight Loss book is available as the ebook, actually, and an audiobook and a hardback.
So let's go to Ozempic. Hear lots of things about it. Um, you wonder, some celebrities admit that they're on it, others we suspect that they're on it. What can you tell us? And by the way, before we even get to that question, you have a medical background. You're not just somebody that figured, hey, let me write a book about weight loss. Can you tell us about your medical background?
So have been a nurse my entire life. We won't say how long that is, but I have been in the clinical setting. I took care of people with open heart surgery, cardiac arrest, heart attacks, heart failures, diabetes, strokes, pneumonia, ventilators. And so I've seen it all, and literally have seen the struggles and the pain that people go through and the challenges that they have and the lack of knowledge that they have. And so then about 10 years ago, I started this program and started listening to people, helping people, and really using the research out there. I did not make this up. There's no fad product. There's no food eliminations. And actually, I am able to use my advanced practice nurse. So I'm a board certified clinical nurse specialist. And everybody's like, well, what is that? Well, yay for a clinical nurse specialist. And so a nurse practitioner helps the doctor with prescriptions and diagnose and treat. They're very, very important. There's also the nurse midwives, the nurse anesthetist, and there's the clinical nurse specialist. We are all considered the advanced practice nurse. And a clinical nurse specialist actually works on the systems. They work on populations and groups, and they also work one-on-one. And we actually reduce healthcare cost. We help outcomes. And that is what I'm doing every day. I'm saving people's insurance companies money, and the insurance companies like this program because it's based on research and it saves them money. And I actually, what do I do? I help people move more and sleep better, and help them understand their medicines better and their nutrition. That's what a nurse does, and I do it here. I've been doing this for a long time. And so I'm actually able to take that and really all of this. And I'm saying my experience with people is half of what has gotten me to where I'm at with writing this book. Okay, there's a lot of people-oriented challenges in this book that really help people because everybody's story is a little different, but there are some similarities that can be very helpful. And you talk about the 5 steps. Well, I've summarized it into 5 steps, and they are actually been beneficial to help hundreds of people. Now, and I wrote the book because not everyone has access to work with me privately, but the book is actually what I tell people and helping them work through their lifestyle and redeveloping that, because we've become very busy people. We don't have time to cook. We don't have time to exercise, and we don't have time to do what we think is, we don't have time to sleep. And we've kind of taken away all those benefits that had brought us health in the past. You know, you're not a little kid forever. And if you're not running around, then and you're sitting more, then we are a bigger population, or our size has tremendously grown. And the Ozempics of the world, and then there's the pills coming out, and oh my gosh, this is so great, we're just going to take this and all of our troubles will be gone. I am here to tell you that is not true. Okay, so there is a select number of people that can take the medicine and lose weight and stay on it for long term and afford it and be able to tolerate it. But there's the rest of the population that are not going to be able to do that. You know, I do know that from some human resource perspectives, they're only going to limit your number of months you can take it, whether it be 6 months or a year. And they're not going to continue to let their insurance company pay that because they don't want to pay that high price. This is a very expensive drug. Well, the pills will be cheaper. Okay. Well, but there's also, you know, cost out of pocket, and there's also monitoring. There's problems with the drugs, like any drug. If you take a drug, you're putting something in your body that's not necessarily possibly healthy for the long term. And there are, with Ozempic, 264 known possible drug interactions. And what it does
with Ozempic?
Yes.
Wow.
And so Ozempic and these drugs, they slow the digestion. And what it's doing is it's basically slowing the digestion and the ability to actually process other drugs. So like if you take an antibiotic, now all of us get through life without taking an antibiotic? Not necessarily. There are times, well, that antibiotic, if you need a certain blood level of that antibiotic, that's how they work. And we already have a problem with resistant infections in the country or in the world, as we know. And antibiotics are just not free for everyone anymore. You have to look like you're on death's door before you can get one, okay? But you can also do some other things to help. Now, other things like hydrochlorothiazides or tramadols, pain medicines, lisinoprils, blood pressure medicines. And when you're slowing your digestion, you're slowing your absorption of these drugs, levothyroxine. And so these drugs, when you don't have the blood level or you're creating other problems, then you are creating other problems that you were trying to take the other pills in the first place for. There's other side effects. There's you can get pregnant on this, again, because your potential birth control pills may be adjusted. There's increased suicide risk, thyroid cancer, pancreatitis, retinopathy. Now, you can be taking this Ozempic and you can be doing really good, right? You're losing weight. you're not eating, you're losing your weight, you're feeling great, except you're fatigued. That's one of the side effects. You're like, well, I don't have any energy. And you may not be taking enough fluids, which can hurt your kidneys and cause kidney failure. So if you have any kind of kidney dysfunction, or high blood pressure, which causes kidney failure, you can have troubles, nausea, vomiting, ileus, where your stomach just completely stops. And so there are people that cannot take these drugs, or if they are, they're only taking them, literally they're finding that people are taking them for just a couple of years and they're coming off of them. But then they're getting their hunger back and they're regaining their weight. And now what are you going to do? There's the heartburns, the blurred vision, the bloating, the abdominal pain, and the fatigue. And so if you want to subject yourself to that, go for it. This book can help you with that. You still everyone needs a certain amount of vitamins and nutrition to survive. And if you're going to not have those for a long time, you'll have, we already have problems with osteoporosis, bone loss, muscle loss, memory, cognition issues, skin problems, saggy skin, and the list goes on. And so, actually, if you're going to take the drug, read the book. The book can help you develop your lifestyle. If you're not going to be able to take the drug, read the book. It'll help you with your lifestyle. And so it's actually made for everyone, okay, whether you're on or off the drug. And because you do need to create yourself a lifestyle to sustain you. And so then I'm here to help that with that book. I'm so excited to present that. And it's the Unraveling Weight Loss. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it in hardback, audio, ebook. You can get it on my website. And you know what? I'm so excited to be able to present this to you at this time. This is the time. I mean, it was basically a very good timely thing. And it's research based, and basically the research has been out there, but no one hears about it. Right, Steve? Have you seen a commercial on advertising on what your lifestyle should really be defined? Because there's no money in that, right?
But for me, the important part here is it's coming from a medical professional. It's not coming from somebody that's selling a certain drug, or there's a difference. I want to go back to Ozempic because I never really heard how it works until you talked about it. So essentially, it sounds like it slows your digestion down, and it sounds like you would feel full longer and not want to eat. Am I describing that right?
Oh, yes. And so people are getting to the point where they don't want to eat food again. That steak or those favorite foods, they don't want to eat them. They're not eating. Okay. And so, of course, they're not eating the bag of chips they wanted either. And so actually it's considered a half life. And this is kind of complex. It's not really, the book doesn't even describe too much about the half-life, but it takes 1 week to get rid of half of the concentration. And then another week, it takes another half off. And so basically in 5 weeks, you still have it in your system. And so when you're going to have surgery, the surgeons, tell you, do not want you on these drugs if you have to have surgery. Knee surgery, hip surgery, abdominal surgery, breast cancer surgery. They don't want you on these because we already have a problem post-op of what is the first thing to go to sleep is your stomach. The last thing to wake up is your stomach. And I always say that, it's the stomach that we need to get moving. When you've had major surgery, sometimes that's what we're waiting on, is that stomach to wake up. And if you've been on one of those Ozempics or other drugs, then you're even more delayed, and they don't want you on those.
I have to believe that with what it's doing, as I just learned through you, that you've got to feel like bloated and just uncomfortable. I would imagine if it's slowing your digestion down, right? Is that one of the side
then
effects?
You have heartburn and back up, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
a problem of heartburn anyway. Then you're
You
going to
know,
take a heartburn medicine. You're going to take other medicine. And how many, we have polypharmacy already going on, which is taking way too many pills and
yeah.
vitamins and supplements and a pill for this, for a pill for that.
The
The
secret to weight
pills,
loss. What is the secret to weight loss? I mean, you got to read the book because it goes into detail as we unravel the mystery here. But what does it essentially comes down to?
it really is balance. So balance in your life. And we actually need to create this in our lives earlier than later. And the sooner you can get started, the better. And it's actually a good thing when you can create it. And you can create it at any stage of your life. Let's get started on it because this lifestyle that you can recreate is really going to help you feel better, have more energy. You're going to look forward to getting up in the morning and doing the things that you want to do. Okay, you're going to have a balance and you're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be tired. You're not going to be all these things that these other problems do. The overweight and taking these medicines are a problem.
Hmm. We've talked to other people before that have tried some of the diets that you've created. No, I'm sorry, recipes you created. Hate the word diet. Um, and they all say the same thing. Like they enjoy the food. And I have to imagine it must be exciting when somebody reads the book, adheres to the program, changes what they're eating, follows maybe some recipes that you have offered in the past. Gotta be so gratifying. Like this tastes good and I can lose weight. I'm not starving myself. Like beautiful situation.
I can tell you that I enjoy food. Okay. I enjoy, now I don't spend all day in the kitchen because people are like, I don't have time to cook in the kitchen. Well, we have some simple ideas here in this book to help you because we have a working American population out there that has families or they have multiple jobs and they don't have time, they don't have the money for expensive foods, and eating out is become a crutch, or DoorDash, or let's go pick up your groceries delivered, or and so this really helps give you a focus to that.
Mm.
And so it outlines the focus, it outlines a map for you to create, and it works. And I want everyone to have this book. It's a gift. It's like I really now I didn't design it. I didn't create it. It's in the research, but I'm sharing the research with you because no one else has access to the research. Nobody's reading all these because they come out all the time. And
And
there's
a lot of those studies, Marion, we're not medical professionals. I look at them, I'll see a link for something, I'll click it. I'm like, what? I can't. I get through one sentence. I'm like, test subjects, blah, 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 control, blah, blah, blah. I can't even. I just need the quick read, what transpired, what the setup was, and all of that. You've already done that work. What do you say to
well,
people? I'm sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
but see, that's what it is. Okay. The clinical nurse specialist, all right, has been trained to read the research and point out the what we really need to get out of it. Okay. And so that is actually not something that the ordinary person is going to be able to do. You don't have the time. You need an expert to be able to look at that and say, look, this is the way it is. Let's simplify this research for you. And when you look at 10 research articles that say the same thing, why are we not all following this? And because basically the Ozempics and the other companies out there, the diets, the food worlds, they're actually trying to sell you product. They're trying to sell you ongoing process of ordering their food, ordering their drugs, and pills have been made to make you look good, feel good, all that. But really, in the end, this is something sustainable in 6 months to a year or 2 years or and ongoing. You're going to actually continue living this program. It's livable.
Marianne, what do you say to people who might say to you, ah, I've tried losing weight, it's not working. I've tried everything. I just don't seem to lose weight.
Well, if your heart is really wants to lose weight, you really want to, this is the book for you. Because if you want, you just didn't have the process, you didn't have a good format to follow, you didn't have one that was proven in research. And when you now, does it mean you can't ever have pizza or ice cream? No, that is not what this book says. And so I did last weekend, had pizza. Okay. This week I had ice cream. Now, there's balance in the world that you can have, and you can still enjoy food, and it can be savory, tasty. You can enjoy it with your, the kids are eating it, your friends are eating it, and you're enjoying your time with them. And it doesn't have to be heavy laden food.
Wow. Simple to get, right? It's available on Amazon now and other places.
It is on Amazon and multiple wherever you get your book, and and there's available to you, and you can actually get it. It's Unraveling Weight Loss, and it's available to you, and you're going to have the reference of your life.
Final question. Final question. Everybody is different. What's a reasonable expectation for somebody to lose weight? Put a number, weekly poundage. Let's say somebody wants to drop 10 pounds. I'm picking any number here. What's a good rule of thumb on average? Again, everybody is different.
Well, it is advised, and research says this, 1 to 2 pounds per week.
Fair enough. All right. Get the book, Unraveling Weight Loss. I It's a cliche, hot off the press, but it is literally just out, backed by research, backed by, let's just say, I don't think we made it clear. You have been helping people for years, many years, change their life with their diet, their lifestyle, all of that. This is not just, you put a couple of things together and you publish the book. This is your life's work, Marianne. This is you.
Well, I've been doing this for more than 10 years. People are dropping their blood sugars, cholesterols, blood
Mm.
pressures. They're losing inches off their waist. They're dropping their pants, and they have to go shopping.
Yeah, that's right. We talked to somebody in the past that's worked with you that had diabetes, changed his life, and he raved about the food. Unraveling Weight Loss is the book. Check it out. Thank you so much for being here today.